Alright, well, this is my second video now. This is part two of my introduction to the ICOC. In the first part, I was discussing how I was invited out to the church, how I was met by certain folks, and I was starting to mention about the Bible studies now. So we'll continue from that part. I got to be honest with you. I forgot who names I was going to use, so I will just say this. The first weird thing that I noticed was how quickly these guys wanted to study the Bible with me, and I was not really too comfortable with that. So, because I was very skeptical, even though part of I had a gut feeling that said stick around, but I was still skeptical about it. That was the first weird thing that I noticed, was how eager they were to study the Bible with people. So at first I was just like, really? What's the why? Why are you guys doing this so quickly? Why do you want me to study the Bible within a few days? Now I see why. Now I see why they were so quick, because I look at it now. They were all about the damn numbers. All about those damn fucking numbers. Forgive my French, part of my foul language, but that's just where I noticed the first time I noticed the weirdness. I had never seen anyone so eager to bring people into church to study the Bible with them and to get them baptized. And now that I look back again on it, now I see why. They were just so brainwashed. Oh, you got to study the Bible. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Did you bring in people out to church? But that's another story for another time. Let me resume this thing. So, again, I forgot the names. Forgive me. My memory isn't the greatest. So, well, actually, yeah, Chris. I was switched from campus to seniors. So it was Chris and I built a friendship with John. Those are the names I'm going to use. So forgive me. I was not so quick to study the Bible. It took me over 3 months because I was very skeptical. But I noticed that they were so eager to do it. And I questioned why. So, as I was going through the studies, I built a friendship with Chris, and, he shared his life. Matter of fact, Chris and I are still friends to this day. And it's ironic because he helped me get in, but I helped him leave. So, yeah. I'm happy about helping him do that. Now, at the time, I did not know about all the stuff that was going on, so I went through it with it anyway. So 3 months later, say around December '98, that's when I decided to take the plunge. I went through the studies, I did everything that they said to do, and here I am. I'm about to get ready to get baptized. Now, they wanted to do it at the first Javits Center service on the first Sunday in January of 1990. But being the excited person that I had, the opportunity to turn over a new leaf, I said no. I want to do it before. So I get baptized at the Bally's Gym pool, because I was too big for any bathtub, so I'm almost 6'4". So trying to get me into a regular sized bathtub just not happening. Now, I do admit that I was zealous when I first got baptized. But again, it took me a while to get adjusted to it because I noticed a lot of things. Another weird thing that I noticed after I got baptized was when I mentioned that I was clean and sober for 3 years. Because I was an addict and alcoholic at the time. Marijuana, acid, and alcohol, those kind of things. But every time I mentioned it, I would always get told that I should join CR, Chemical Recovery. Now the first time, I already told them that I've been clean for 3 years already, so there's no need for me to do it. I didn't see the need, but every time I mentioned it, that's all I heard. You should go to CR. You should go to CR. You should go do this and do that. You should go here and go here. Go see this person or that person. So I'm saying to myself, well, that's weird. That sounds like a broken record. Hearing the same thing over and over and over and over again. That just didn't suit me well, and I began to question that. It felt like a script too, not just a broken record, but a script. It felt like it was scripted because the minute I mention it, that's when I hear like the first response. Oh, you should go to see that. Oh, let's go study the Bible. Not with me. That doesn't work. You try to pressure me into something, I will rebel. And that's what happened. At first, those were the first weird things that I noticed. But for the most part, I felt that I was being loved. But as time went on, that's when I began to notice some weird things. I noticed that being told to go and make disciples of all nations, blah, blah, blah. Now, one of my weaknesses is approaching people because I'm not an extrovert. I am introverted. My strength is helping others from within. But I got to be honest with you. I'm thinking about it now, and it's just fucked up. So I get baptized. And like I said, for the first few months, I felt the love. I thought that I had friends. I thought that I was in the right place. But those two things stuck in the back of my mind. And now that I look back on it, again, I see why. Because they were being mind controlled. Did you bring disciples? Did you bring anybody out? At first, I didn't think it was bad, but as time went on, I noticed that it got worse, much worse, and that's when I started to question, well, how did they do these things? And then a few years later, the Henry Creed letter came. That's when I began to notice the true colors of a lot of people. People who I thought were friends, they just weren't. I don't know what happened, but it just happened, and that's when I saw the true colors. Anyway, I'm just about to finish up this part. I will do another part. I do another part right now in a little while, maybe a few days, maybe a few minutes, I'm not sure. But again, if you like this video, click that like, subscribe, and share. And if there's something else that you want to say, you could either contact me at my email address listed or comment below. Right? So I will talk to you later. Until then, have a good day. Bye-bye.